Hey guys, welcome to JPT. I'm Carson G, and this is Just Plain Tech. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. Today what we're going to do is, say you have an old crappy movie disc that doesn't work very well. It's all scratched up, and your DVD player has a hard time playing it. Well, we're going to recover as much data as possible from that disc and burn it onto a nice blank disc, making it easier for our DVD player to read. Now, what do you need to do this? One, you need a broken disc, an empty disc that your DVD player will read. Some DVD players won't read rewritable discs. This is a rewritable disc. My DVD player will read it, but some of them will not, so just keep that in mind. If your DVD player will not read a rewritable disc, you'll need to get a regular DVD-R, not DVD-RW, okay? So make sure that the disc you're burning it to is compatible with your DVD player. And let's see, what else? You need a computer with a DVD drive, not a CD-ROM drive, an optical disc drive that will read DVDs. It needs to be able to read DVDs, and it needs to have Linux installed on it. So you need a computer with a DVD drive with Linux on it. Chances are your computer has a better DVD drive than your DVD player. After all, it is an optical disc drive, not a DVD drive, so it will read any type of disc, pretty much, except maybe Blu-rays. But chances are your computer has a better disc drive than your DVD player. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this movie in our computer and see how it runs. And if this if this DVD will run on your computer, if your computer will play it back without most of the glitches, or if the glitches don't happen and you notice your DVD player does play it back with glitches, then your computer can read it better, and so we're going to use your computer to recover it onto this new disc. But one thing is that we're going to have to install a couple of software on Linux. Linux does not come with DVD support, or the package called libdvdcss, something like that. So we're going to have to install it. It's not that hard. It takes like 2 seconds. But we're going to install DVD support. And we're also going to install another program called Bracero Disk Burner. It probably comes built in with Ubuntu, I think. But anything else, we're going to need to install it. So just those two programs we're going to need to install on our Linux machine. And enough of me talking. Let's get into this and do it. Alright, so, here we are on our Linux PC. I'm currently running Ubuntu 18.04 32-bit on my old computer, and it is super speedy and everything. So far, I'm loving it. Just installed it. Anyway, so, we're going to install, libdvdcs. You can go to this link up here. This link will be down in the description of the video, okay? In the description, so we're just going to select this, sudo apt install libdvd-package. We're going to copy that, and we're going to go to our terminal, where is this? I'm still a little bit new to this Linux distribution. I can never find the terminal. Oh, here it is. Okay, so now we have our terminal, and we're going to just paste that command in. Real simple. This is why I love Linux, because it's so easy to install things. You'll have to enter your password, but you can literally install things with one command. It's really easy most of the time. And we're going to click yes. We want to continue installing. Now we're going to, here we can minimize that. We're going to select sudo dpkg reconfigure libdvd package. So we're just going to do that. That's all we need to do. And then we're just going to run one other command after that and kind of refresh everything. We do not have to reboot, which is kind of nice. So we don't have to reboot for this to kick in. Alright, So this should be done in about a sec here. And this will allow us to play the DVD. It's best that you have this installed so that everything kind of goes smoothly. And then after we get all this software installed, installing Bracero disk burner is really easy. Just type in sudo apt-get install Bracero. Super easy. Or as usual, you can go to the it's not here, Synaptic Package Manager or the software store if you have one. You don't have to do it from the command line if you're not comfortable with doing it from the command line. Okay, so once this is done installing, we're just gonna kind of run this command, and then we're gonna test out our DVD, make sure it works and everything. Alright, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay, so now it wants us to do this. You kind of can close this out if you want, because this command that it wants us to run right here is the same command we're going to run right here. So if we want, we can just copy that. And now just click enter. Enable automatic updates. You do want to enable automatic updates so that your DVD player is always up to date and it doesn't have any trouble playing DVDs on your Linux machine. Okay, now this is all free software. Duh, it's Linux. Everything's free. You don't have to worry about paying for anything. I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but this is completely free. Okay, so now we're gonna just paste that command, and now we can close out this browser window over here. So that was really easy. We're just going to click yes. We do want to download, build, install. Most packages aren't like this, but since this is actually kind of a combination of a lot of different packages, that is why you will have to download, build, install. But most packages don't usually have that. Like, for example, Bracero is not going to have that. Just type in one command. Sometimes it's more, most of the time it's one. Alright. So yeah, I think that should be almost done. It may take a while depending on your internet speed, which ours is, by the way, awful right now. We're trying to get it fixed, but it's not very good right now. So this may actually take a while. We're going to go to our terminal, and we're going to type in sudo apt-get install Bracero. Bam, like that. One simple command just to install that software. I love Linux. Anyway, that should be done any second now. Let's see if we can find it in our menu here. It should almost be done, but it might take a while. It used to be a lot faster, but our internet speed is like at a couple kilobytes per second, so it's pretty awful. Anyway, so once this terminal's done, I'll get back to you. Alright, that took a little longer than I expected, thanks to our slow internet, but it's done. So we're just going to click this. Now we can go to sound and video. And before we open Bracero, we're going to put in our disk and see if it works, if there are any glitches. If it still glitches on your computer, like if the parts that still glitched on your DVD player are still glitching on your computer, either your computer has a worse disk drive than your DVD player, which could be the case for like 20-year-old computers, but like even my computer that's like 10 years old has a better disk drive than my DVD player. So if you're still noticing glitches, either the disk is simply unrecoverable, the scratch is too dense to recover the data, or just you have or your disk drive's too old in your computer, but that shouldn't be the case. So once you tested it and make sure that it works better on your computer, we're going to recover it. Alright, now this just occurred with me, so if for whatever reason your Linux distribution's default media player will not play disks for whatever weird reason, then we're going to install a software that will. So you might have to install 3 bundles of software. So we're going to go to the terminal again, and obviously this will be real quick. We're just going to type in sudo apt get install VLC, and we're going to install VLC, and VLC should play our disk. If VLC doesn't play the disk either, it's very, very badly damaged and it's pretty much unrecoverable, and you'll just be better off getting a new disk, or your disk drive does not work, but one of the two. Or your disk drive is not compatible with Linux, and in that case you will have, I won't be going over that in this video, but in that case you'll have a little more work to do, but Linux should be compatible with your disk drive. I haven't experienced a problem with Linux not being compatible with it, except for DVD support not being installed. So anyway, I'll get back to you when it's done installing VLC. Okay, VLC is done installing. I'll just add that to my desktop. So we're gonna open this with VLC. Alright. And then we're gonna test the disk out. Alright, so keep the disk in your computer. We're gonna want to open Brasero Disk Burner. Shouldn't take too long. So wait for it to open. Okay. Okay, so we're going to create a copy. So that's the disk we want, but instead of doing it to a new disk, we're going to do an image file. So this is an 8.5 gigabyte disk, so you're going to want to open your file manager and make sure that you have at least 8 gigabytes of free space on your computer. But I have 32 gigabytes of free space, so I'm totally fine. Okay, so okay. We're just going to click create image. That is going to take a couple minutes to burn it from the disk to your computer. Alright, so then what you do is you would select your image and let me slide on in my blank disk. So now that it's copied to your computer, we're now going to write the image that is on your computer to our new disk. Okay? So I already did this step and I kind of forgot to record it, but once that's in, select your image, and then this should show up any minute, but you will write your image to the new disk right here, and then you'll be fine. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Alright, thanks to our handy Linux computer, we now have a disk repaired. A movie that was kind of glitchy, copied onto a brand new disc, should work perfectly fine in your DVD player now, and that's how you do it. I know it was kind of a lot at first, it's kind of a lot of steps, but it's so much easier than taking it to a disc repair shop and paying $50 for it to get repaired. Might as well just do it yourself. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in tomorrow's video.